We must prove to the world we are gospel bearers. We belong to line of tribe of Judah. We must give helping hands to less privileged. We must preach this gospel to the dying world. Because we are ambassadors of Olumba, chosen to prove His excellency. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Representing Little Lumba with His gospel of truth. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Representing Little Lumba with His gospel of truth. Our Father. Let's be the difference.
We must go to Macedonia and preach the word. We must go to Pakistan and stop the war. We must let Israel know He's in Africa.
There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. It is God's own television, TV station that changes sinners, TV station for the oppressed.
Good morning and thank you so much for joining us. It is the Morning Star Breakfast Show. Did you know that the more you judge people is the more you judge yourself? The Brotherhood of the Cross and Star Universal Assembly of Brotherhood of the Cross and Star Priest will be celebrating their priestlyhood week on the 18th of September through 24th of September. Please be there. Also, the 34 Ambo Choir, also known as the Indigenous Choir, will also be celebrating their anniversary. Also on the 18th of September through 24th of September. Please be there. My name is Ruth Obu. I'm not here on the set alone. I am here with the new real men. I'll be starting with the one sitting right beside me in the person of Brother David Eric. He was not expecting me to introduce him first. How are you? Good morning.
Fine. Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah. Good morning to our audience. Hope you're doing well. It's a new day, and we're still in the week, so let's forge ahead. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Also, I have with me here, sitting right opposite me, and the person of Brother Oku Apabio. Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, Sister Ruth. Thank you for introducing me. Good morning to you, beloved viewer. I hope you're doing well. It's a wonderful morning here in Calabar, Nigeria. Thank you for that warm introduction.
All right, you're all welcome to the program. To you, our beloved viewer, once again, I welcome you to the Morning Star Breakfast Show. It is Tuesday morning. I hope you're feeling positive, and I hope you're not going to be judgmental for any reason today. Meanwhile, we'll be going on a short break. When we come back, we'll introduce the topic of today's discussion. Please stay with us. My name is Ruth.
boy, come on, boy, come on, boy, come on, boy, come on, by the rain, if he on, boy, come on, by the rain, if he on, obu.
Andi nyango wo, andi wamo wo, andi ma wo, andi nyango wo. All them baba phony wo, all them baba yeni ma, all them baba phony wo, all them baba yeni ma. Andi wamo wo, yeah, andi karo wo, andi famo wo, yeah, andi nyanga. All them baba phony wo, all them baba yeni ma, all them baba phony wo, all them baba yeni ma.
Boy, come on, 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 by the rain, if he on, boy, come on, by the rain, if he on,
boy, itoro, boy, come, boy, itoro, boy, come. Korafo anam deste ekanwo mike mekendinam afo amanam sete yen mike mekendinam afo amanam sufano wo mike mekendinam bodo nyene enyene fiyobo bodo nyene tore nyene fiyo ete.
Boy, come on, 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 by the rain, if he on, boy, come on, by the rain, if he on,
Kini dide se umbanam de, kini dide se umbanam de. Oh, yesimi oyo idara, kodolum bafondido. Yesimi oyo idara, kodolum bayene dima. Kini dide se umbanam de, kini dide se umbanam de. Oh, yesimi oyo idara, kodolum bafondido. Yesimi oyo idara, kodolum bayene dima.
Boy, come on, 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 by the rain, if he on, boy, come on, by the rain, if he on, obu.
Ikwanye mi wikotowo, obi nemeriyo. Uneganye mi wikotowo, koveto beriyo. Utomolumba wikotowo, koveto beriyo. Papanari maniyo, ulumbarari kodiyo. Papanari maniyo, ulumbarari kobodo.
Boy, come on, 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 by the rain, if he on, boy, come on, by the rain, if he on,
Boy, itoro, boy, come, boy, itoro, boy, come. Korafo anam deste ekanwo mike mekendinam afo amanam sete yen mike mekendinam afo amanam sufano wo mike mekendinam bodo nyene enyene fiyobo bodo nyene tore nyene fiyo ete.
Boy, come on, 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 by the rain, if he on, boy, come on, by the rain, if he.
Music dub.
I must confess, I must confess, your goodness and mercy, they follow me, oh. I must confess, I must confess, I must confess, Baba mi, oh, Oluwa mi, you be the best. I must confess, among the people
short break. Yeah, I did promise that when we return, we'll introduce the topic of today's discussion. Meanwhile, I would like you to remind you that our phone line is open. Again, also Starcross Television is available for you to come and felicitate Honey Mother Esu Elizabeth Olumba Ogu. Remember, first come, first serve. If you come on time, you'll be seeing yourself on screen first before the crowd starts coming in, and the price is very, very friendly. Okay. Once again, you're welcome to Morning Star Breakfast Show. And today's episode, we'll be talking about everything about being judgmental. Remember, I said that the more you judge others is actually the more you judge yourself. So I'd like to start mental person is how it is like to be judgmental.
Okay, the question is, what does it feel like to be judgmental? Personally, I try as much as possible not to be judgmental, because I think judgment is for God, and God always try my possible best to not judge others. But then, knowingly and unknowingly, sometimes we go about judging people even without knowing that we are doing that. I don't know if I would say I'm a little bit against the topic, because most people that judge most of the time don't really look at themselves. Honestly, I've seen somebody that I've shouted for somebody for having bad breath, but then this person also have bad breath. And sometimes I come to think, don't you know that you also have this thing? I don't know if I'm clear. Like, don't you know that you also have bad breath? Why are you calling someone out if you also have bad breath? And then a funny thing with bad breath is sometimes you may not know. Your mouth is very close to your nose, but still it will elude you and you would not know. So that is why I find myself a bit in the midst analyzing the topic, because people that judge most of the time have so much about them. In fact, if you want to analyze it, even people that advises people against some adult situations, most of the time is some experiences that they've had. In fact, I'm sorry to use this word, if you've seen somebody advising another person about not drinking, most of the time the one that is asking you not to drink is a drunkard, most of the time. And maybe they are still struggling with themselves, but then they are always the best to advise anyways, because personally that's what I think, they're always the best to advise. So I would say it's good to correct, but then you should be conscious not to become over judgmental, because correction to me, I think, is judgment. Because just like I said before, you have to know more than the other person to be able to correct the person. That means the person is wrong and you are correct. So, but then that's judgmental, but you should try as much as possible to not overdo it. I don't know how to put that. If not to be over judgmental. I don't know if that is a word or that's something. But we should try as much as possible to not be over judgmental. We are always judgmental at some point. Even after we discuss here, let's say I swear, for instance, at this place that I would never judge, for instance. I will still, if not today, I might still go to the office and be like, why are you keeping your legs on the table? It's not, don't do that, it's not good. And that's judgment, actually. But then I would think, I'm correcting the person. And it's not wrong to correct people, but try as much as possible not to be over judgmental. I think that's what I would say.
Okay. Okay, thank you so very much. Yeah, he has spoken very well. His advice to us is try not to be over judgmental. So now I would like you, bro, from what he said, at certain points in life we all become judgmental. It happens, you know. He has talked about people who tend to judge people. According to him, he said these are the people that those things they are correcting others the most, and like it has been proven. You know, you see somebody advising someone stop drinking, they're actually addicts. You know, Except to see them in a closed door, you never can tell their capability. So I'd like you at this point to differentiate between, correcting somebody and, like
Judgmental.
judging them in particular, or I want you to give us the difference between judging somebody, human, and correcting them. Correcting, listen, it's quite different from correcting. Judging human from what they do, and judging what they like doing, like judging their way of life, or you judging me that okay, this cup is supposed to be here, and then I separate the cup. And when you're going to talk to me, you tell me, Sister Ruth, why did you keep this like this? It's odd. You're not judging me. You're judging my actions. So I want you to differentiate between judging my actions and judging my personality.
All right.
Sorry, can I ask you a question there?
Go on.
Okay.
When you say you're not judging me, you're judging my actions. What does that mean? I thought you did that.
There are two different things. Yes, there are two different things. You judging a person and judging the person's action. Remember, and if I say this now, I'll be giving answer to the questions
You
I've asked him.
Okay.
So I'd like him to
elaborate on it.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. Normally, the topic of discuss today being judgmental is something that we all do, indirectly or directly, as Brother Oko has rightly said, and it is not really, really good. But as humans, we still have to do it. Most of the judgmental cases we get to see make us to be better people, or it can make us to be bad people at the same time. Yes, if somebody is always pushing on you on a particular thing and they're always judging you, no matter the fact that the person is right or wrong, but they're always talking about a particular thing about you, at your closet, you need to sit down and be like, am I really doing this thing right, or am I doing it wrong? And you don't have to pick offense about it. You just have to go back to the drawing board and see how you can arrange yourself. Yes, the person who might be talking to you might not be righteous of the same deed, as according to what Baruch have already said, that you have a huge plank in your eyes and you just want to take out a speck from somebody's eyes. Yes, he might be like that, but at the same time, you can always go back and see that maybe what the person is saying is right. Either the manner of approach was wrong to use, because definitely you have to be corrected in life. You have to be corrected in life, either by being judgmental. I was thinking you were going to ask me difference between correction and being
We're
judgmental.
still coming to that.
All right, there's no problem. From what you said, judging by your actions or judging by personality, the both works the same. You cannot take your personality away from your actions. That is the simple truth. You cannot portray who you are not. So what you're doing, that is who you are. So you're going to be judged by your personality and your actions. Definitely your actions speaks your personality. That is the truth. You cannot tell me that because you're drinking, that is your action, that is not your personality. It will be used against you, that your actions and your personality work together because
And
you
I
did
hope
it.
you also know that there is a huge difference between a personality and personnel, right?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say, that the both works together. You can never separate it. Your actions determines your personality. You cannot tell me that you're going out to rob, that robbing is your action, that it is not your personality.
Like you're not a thief, but you're just stealing.
You're just stealing.
But I'm not a thief.
No. You have to understand this: the difference between personality and personnel. Like,
Okay, please throw more light,
We
please.
are here now. When people see us outside this set, we are actually different people.
Yeah.
We are here displaying our personal. Okay, let's have our first
Yeah,
call.
our first caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Peace of the Father.
Peace of the Father.
Peace of the
Peace of the Father.
Sorry, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
This is Mr. Gladys. I want to use this time to say a very special good morning to you all. My
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, Sister Gladys.
Brother Oko, Brother Eric,
Good morning.
Good
I
morning,
just want to
ma'am.
talk briefly on the topic of the day on being judgmental. Just like actually explained, most people will see criticizing others, but they criticize others exactly what is in the error, showing them who they are. Most times you see them, they try to criticize. It is constructive criticism. There's nothing wrong with that. The way they divine, when you see something that you're supposed to appreciate, then you begin to run it down or use others. And then, even if we have to talk about wrong things to see them doing, we can do that in a very calm way, constructive way, to get across to them, not trying to talk down on them, presence of people, try to rubbish them. So that's just my little contribution this morning. Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
wonderful day.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
so much, Mr. Gladys. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you very much, ma'am. May the Father bless you abundantly. Yeah, you have really spoken well before that call came in. Yeah, we are here trying to differentiate between personality and personal. We are here on set now.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't actually know our lives outside this set. You can't come here and display what you are at home, right? It's just like the actors and actresses. You only see the character being given to them by maybe the film writer to display. And that is their, they are not there displaying their personality, but rather they are personal. So now it is very, very easy for one to be out there displaying their personal and not their personality. So you can actually see somebody and you don't know. Even the teachers you see, the lecturers so far, fine, it's okay for you to know some lecturers, but at some point you can't really tell who they truly are just by being with them for certain hours, in school. You can't actually tell who they are. But if you have your own child, you can tell who they are, right? I don't know, am I making any sense?
Okay,
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I have to come in. Sorry, I have to come in. There is no man that can live far away from his personality.
No matter what, no matter
No
the
matter
character.
how you portray
You'll
your
be given.
character, you can never. There must be out of. Okay, let's look at the lecturer you're saying. The lecturer can walk into the class and he teaches and he leaves. You will still see the students saying that I do not like the way this lecturer handles class or lectures. Another lecturer will come. This is the professional aspect of it, you understand? Another lecturer will come and be like, oh, I love the way this lecturer normally does his things, understand? But it's different from the personal lifestyle, understand, the person has. So you can never separate these two in one way or the other. No matter how you try to stay
Very
professional,
difficult.
you must bring in your lifestyle into it.
But you cannot bring in 100%.
That is what I'm
You
trying
can
to
bring
say.
in up to like 50 or 50, or let's say at most 60. You cannot bring it in totality, because you cannot say you're being professional and you're bringing your lifestyle at home. You get-
I
when
understand
you
you.
are in when you are in a place of work,
Yeah.
a working environment, you are supposed to be 100% professional.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Let me give you an instance.
Please,
Imagine
just
you
one
no.
person at a time, so
Okay.
it will not appear
Yes.
to be some.
No. We are not attacking. You understand me? Imagine you now being in an office. You're keeping all a good character. You do not badmouth people. You're just trying to stay nice, say hello, say hi, and you know you're faking this. There will be a time that you will bust up, and definitely the true colors will come out, and now it will cover every good thing you have kept. So you can never hide it. No matter how you keep it for 99 days, there's always 100 days. So it's
Okay.
always good for it to just stay real.
Okay, I've
Yeah.
heard you.
Okay, I think in my understanding, no matter how professional you try to be, you are always yourself.
Yeah.
No matter the act, no matter the character that you're portraying, you will always be yourself. Now, why do I say always be yourself? Let's take Yo Ledoche for an instance. Have you watched all his movies? The more of the, like, let's say if you've watched just 50% or 60% of the movie, even if you've watched everything, you always know that he has a deep voice, a
Yeah.
very heavy voice, and that is him. Like, if you meet him in person, that's how you will still hear that voice. Just like we are here talking on set, we are being professional, yeah, but that doesn't mean that we are not using our real voice,
Yes.
our real face, our real skin. Like, if you see me on the road, I'll still appear like this. In fact, I'll still wear this same clothes. So there's so much that's still going to be the exact same. And that is why, just like you said, two people can be given the same role to play, and then people will prefer one than the other because of how that person handles the position. Now, being professional doesn't have anything to do with your judgment. Now, it's like you saying, when you come out, you cannot be the same person. When you come out, just like in your house, you may not wear wearing clothes. But there are some people that just like sleeping with
The way they are created.
the way they are created. You can't do that when you're outside, and that's you being professional. Yeah, it's not because you don't like wearing clothes. Then when you're going for an event or when you're going to a meeting, you would not wear clothes just because you don't like clothes. You are going to wear clothes. You are going to come out and be on clothes. And that doesn't mean that that's not you. That's still you. And people can still know you by wearing clothes. I don't know if you're getting me
Yeah,
right.
you have really spoken well, and Brother Eric also, both of you have spoken well. Yeah, you've talked about, being yourself. You are not going to fake your color complexion. Neither are you going to fake your voice or something. Now you've talked about these actors, the same voices, you hear them. Yes, that is them. Are you also going to say that like 100% of some of the movies you watch, you see them, interpreting a certain character?
I know you were going towards the character aspect.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Are you saying that that's who they are in reality? They are only there, interpreting the roles being given to them. I mean, one of them is being thrown up till this date. They think maybe he is a cultist. He might not be in reality. That is the character that suits him. His appearance, and so he's being given that character to display on the screen. That is who we think he is. But in reality, might not be the same person. I mean, the way we portray ourselves sometimes is not really who we are. You see some people that if truly we cannot hide our personality, then why is this saying how do they put it, like sheep's clothed how do they put it, is it wolves clothed in sheep,
Sheep clothing.
clothing, yes.
So
Otherwise this saying will not even surface.
The problem is, why do you even know that there is a wolf under that sheep clothing?
Because sometimes people actually pretend, and then you get
That's
to
what
find,
I'm saying.
Listen,
How do you even know the person is pretending?
Because you want to be judgmental.
Listen, you get to find out like maybe after so many years you get
You
to
always
find
find
out.
out.
Yes, you
See,
always
see,
find out.
and
this.
I want to
because
draw
nothing
out.
is hidden under the sun.
So
No matter
true,
how
true.
hard you try to pretend, one day something it will surface.
No,
And then people
see,
will
I
know
really
who truly
understand.
the person is.
I really understand the fact or the part where you talk about the character of someone portraying. Like, for instance, we are portraying the character of a presenter as we're speaking, and that is what we're supposed to do now. We're not supposed to portray a character of maybe a singer or a dancer. We're not supposed to be dancing. So we are presenting right now. That's why we're sitting professionally and presenting. This is what has been given to you. It could be given to anybody.
Yeah.
But then I would say it would be dumb. I don't know. It would be dumb or it would be ignorance for someone to look at an act on the TV and judge the person. That I know it used to happen. No, I know it used to happen in those days when people don't really know.
Yeah.
When people don't really know. No, like
No.
education has really covered a lot, and then
That's
social
running the
media,
mindset of
people
people.
actually know that
Yeah.
people are acting. Just like all of these kids everywhere, everybody know they are acting,
Yeah.
and that's why people say, this prank is getting
Don't
out
get
of hand.
Don't
and
get
all.
it twisted. Not everybody. It is just that you have grown to a certain age, so you cannot be easily, deceived anymore. But the kids still growing up, still, see this as being real.
Okay, but
Remember, at some point in your life, we all saw this as real. Not until we realized that they were all film tricks,
Yeah,
right?
tricks.
So then the younger ones also growing, they still have that mentality until they get to your age now, before they will realize that all these things are nothing but tricks. Go on.
So I think the issue there is education, because whoever thinks that a movie is real life needs to be educated. I don't know. He actually truly needs to be educated. You're not wrong actually, because I've seen a scenario where this woman, what's her name again?
Patience.
Patience. What was that
Ozoko.
surname? Patience Ozoko. Patience Ozoko went to Bielsa and she was downtrodden. Like she
Being
was,
thrown.
people were throwing things at her, witchcraft, but that's like I think 2010 or 2011.
You see, we were,
And as at
we were
then-
mistaken.
and as at then-
the masses, mistook her
identity.
persona to her
Because she
personality.
was always a witch in the movie.
Exactly.
Now, those people did that because they didn't know
They were not
this person.
enlightened, yeah.
They were not enlightened. They were not educated. If they knew, now this is not a case of personality, because clearly in reality this person is not that person on the TV. That is reality. We all know that. It's an act. It's not, even if whatever she did there is an act, like she's acting. She's not as if she's pretending to be who she's not or everything. This is something that has been scripted. It's a professional movie. But now, these other people doesn't say it that way because they've not been educated.
Do you now agree with me? Do you now agree with me that people were refusing to, differentiate these two? That she was only there, displaying the character.
That's what I'm saying. That we're not educated.
Exactly, which is her persona. And now they forgot the fact that she also has a personality which they are not familiar with because they don't know her. And she only went there on a visit, and people only mistook. Even till date, there is another brother called Kanayo. He's also being trolled on the internet. They think in reality is actually who the character he likes, displaying on the screen. So I would like to bring us back. We have actually gone far, and I want to pull us back. The topic of today's discussion is being judgmental, and it actually has something to do with what you said, Brother Oku, about Sister Patience or Ozoko being trolled and being thrown pebbles at. That is them being judgmental. Who are you to judge? I'm not taking sides, So in the end, we will know if it is right to, judge or wrong to judge. Before we went that far, we were still on you, Brother David, Eric, trying to differentiate the difference, between, judging my actions and judging my personality. And yes, you've spoken well. You talked about, my action not being far from my personality. What can you say about that? He has, stated his reasons why he says, you're right, a fruit cannot fall far from the tree. So what can you say about that?
Okay, I totally agree with what he said. But then I just want to correct a little impression, although I know I mentioned Sister Patience Ozoko. That is not her actions, like acting a movie. That's not her actions.
That's not her personality. Just use that. That's not her personality.
Actually, that's not her personality. So you cannot use that to judge her. Like, if you use that to judge, no, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's out of illiteracy. Like, if all of these people knew our movie we made, like, if let's say we're in court or we are in an actual place, and then you call whoever throw those things at her and okay, sit down here and explain. Judge, the person will be like, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was just acting. I thought it was real. I thought she actually killed the entire village. Because I think I've watched a movie where she killed the whole village. It was very fun. Like, people will just be discussing at the tree before you know, the tree will fall down and kill all of them. You laugh at her, you die, go home and die. Sometimes she would just be sending, what do they call it, coconuts and stuff, and the coconut would just be eating children on the road. Everybody would just be dying. So she killed everybody until it was just left with her children in the village. So some pastors came and all. It's a very nice movie. And now, when I was a lot younger, when I didn't know, I used to think, this one is wicked. Every time I look at, I see her in any movie, I'm like, I'm waiting for her to perform one evil and all. But then that was not her. Do you even understand? That is a character. For instance, whatever name was given to her in that movie, that is that character. That is not Patience Ozoko. Patience Ozoko is only acting, just like people putting the portrait of Jesus Christ now in their home and all. That is not Jesus Christ. That's an actor. Like, none of them has ever seen Jesus Christ. And if you take your time to discuss with these people and tell them, come look, this person, and now the actor in fact himself has come out to beg people, please stop worshiping me. Stop worshiping me. I'm not God. I'm not the Son of God. Stop using my pictures in your homes. And even in churches, like you go to very big churches and you will see a very big picture of the Christ, which is the actor. And this is the same misconception. So you cannot judge in falsehood. You cannot judge when you don't know. That is why at any time judgment is about to happen, the judge have to know.
From the accused.
Yes,
and from
the judge have to know. If the judge doesn't know, they cannot judge. That's why most of the time cases will always be postponed, because the judge have not come to a fact. He has not been convinced. So whoever is judging on the streets when he or she doesn't know is very ignorant. And it's, as I think that's in fact another topic on its own. It's very bad for you to judge out of ignorance, for you to judge when you don't know. But then what we were discussing about is I actually know this cup is not supposed to be here. Now it's because I know. You have to know before you can judge. Now I know. I'm like, no, okay, don't do that, put it back. This cup is always supposed to be here. Please don't. I've corrected you. I've passed the judgment, although in your definition, maybe not the personal, the action. That action was performed by you, so I'm actually talking to you.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to your actions, I'm talking to you. So please don't do that again, because that action will not repeat itself. You will be the one to repeat the action.
Yeah.
So please, don't do that again. It's not good. Please don't do it. And I'm judging because I know what I'm talking about. And if I don't know, maybe
would drop the cup here. That's the difference. You know, maybe you come and you see the cup is not on the right place, and you be like, I know it is you that did this. Why not? You did not make any findings to really know that it is the person that you're talking about that did it. So that's another different thing. Judging by the actions, believing that it is this person that will always do it, not knowing that it's a different person that's doing it.
Okay, both of you have spoken perfectly well. Thank you so much.
madam.
Thank you.
Thank you,
also,
madam.
you know, there is another thing about being judgmental. The ones passing the judgment always feel they are right.
They're right, yes. That's why I say you have to know.
Yes,
for you to judge.
We also know that there are two sides of coin, right?
Yeah.
You know, and one cannot be wrong, the other side cannot be wrong, and one cannot make a coin.
Yeah.
You know, you need both sides to make a coin. I might have my reason of separating the cup from the saucer. Yeah. And then maybe because you did not ask me, I did not tell you why I did it. And if you give me the opportunity to explain to you why I had to separate the teacup from the saucer, maybe you would see reasons with me why yes, that is why it is always good. Let me land, Brother Oku.
Before you say he's being judgmental.
No, I really don't want it to be that, you know, kind of, you know, noisy. So
no, it's not. It's not actually.
It's not.
So I feel like we should always be given, people should always be given opportunity to speak. Before you pass a judgment, it is okay for you to call the person and say, okay, I have seen what you did. Do you have a reason? I know sometimes it might be hard for us to do because most of us are impatient, you know. Once you see it already, you've gotten to your boiling point and you already want to, you know, pass judgment or, go, not maybe, you know, talk.
Yeah.
And maybe raise your voice on the person, maybe because you're more higher than the person or something, or by age or, you know, or something, you know. So I feel people should be given opportunity to talk. When I give you my reason of separating the teacup from the saucer, and then you will hear me out. If you will see reasons, or otherwise, if you don't see reasons, maybe I felt like separating it will help me achieve a certain goal. And then you come, because maybe you have a deeper knowledge or understanding of this, you will tell me, no, Sister Ruth, don't do this. Wrong. Do it this way instead. I feel like the world will be a better place because we have been able to communicate, you know, and so there would still be peace. I will not judge you. You will not pass judgment on me. Neither will I pass judgment on you. Everything will just be, you know, communication is the one that does everything. You had something to say.
All right. You're totally right. I'm not disputing the fact, but that still boils to the point where I say the person have to know. Now, most of the time where you see people correct people, it's always based on scenarios. Let's say I come and you've taken this cup out of this place. I will not just start beating you. I'll be like, why did you do this? I'll always be angry. But then what if I knew the reason why you removed it? That's why I say you have to know. Like, this person judging, I have to know exactly. So what if I know the reason? Or maybe you got your cloth dirty, I'm your parent, I'm your head. So why did you get yourself dirty? Do you have a sensible reason for that? Most of the time you won't, but let's say you do. That is up for discussion. But then what is not up for discussion is I bought a cup, for instance, and then I come and that cup is broken. And I saw you, like, you broke the cup, and then I will not, now the question will not be a why. At that point, I will not ask you, why did you break my cup? Because there is no possible explanation that you're going to give. I'm planning to get you a better cup. Let's say I'm your parents, and I come, you've broken my cup, I will start asking you why, no, why did you break the cup? Like, I thought when I break it, at that point, it's okay for the person to lash out at you, to correct you. It is wrong for you to do this. That's why I say, to judge, you have to know. So I have to know the reason why you remove this cup to keep here, for me to be able to judge you. If I don't know the reason, I am not supposed to judge because that is out of ignorance. So most of the time, when you remove a cup, for instance, to keep here, if I come and I know already, like, because sometimes people use different methods to do things, and when you come, an experienced person or somebody that is supposed to judge, no, okay, maybe he or she has a reason or some of his reasons, then I understand. But then, what if it's just out of place entirely, like breaking the cup? At that point, the person have the right to judge you because he or she knows that whatever you've done, breaking that thing is wrong. So that's the tail end of what I'm saying, is that you cannot judge without knowing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you understand. Yeah, you cannot judge without knowing. Whether you are a judge sitting on a throne, whether you are a mini god somewhere, or whether you are just a human being, or you have parents. And because also another funny thing is, I know that's a different topic entirely. It's weird for you to judge someone that is a lot older than you, like maybe your parents and all. Because if, let's say, that cup was the house cup, family cup, you're a child, you didn't get that cup, even if it's family cup, and your mom gets to break that thing. You don't have the right to judge your mom. I don't even, you're making sense. You don't have the right to judge your mom. You cannot start shouting for your mom, why did you do this? You shouldn't do this. Next time, be careful. You cannot say that to your mom. You get whipped, especially here in Africa. But then, like I said, that's a very different topic. So what I'm saying in essence is, you just have to know exactly what you're doing for you to be able to tell someone, this is A or this is B. So if you don't know, then you most of the time should be quiet or ask questions.
Okay, thank you so very much. You have really spoken well. Now we'll be going to examples of being judgmental. I know most of us have problems seeing other people's flaws. There is no man, remember, without flaws. But most of us, have this problem. Like, we want everybody to appear stainless before us, while we are actually the ones, with the key of the floor bank. But we want everybody coming or working with us to be flawless. What would you have to say about that?
It is normal for everybody. Everybody believes that he or she is right. Everybody wants to exercise our franchise, but forgetting that there is also a very big stain behind. I understand. But as I said earlier, most times depends on the manner of which this judgment is coming from. Sister Gladys already said that. Somebody might be doing a particular thing. It is because maybe you want to be at the center of attraction. You will not want to appreciate what the person has done. Maybe the person has done 99% correctly, and just one thing is left to make it 100 perfect. And now you start turning the tables upside down, making it look like 99 was wrong, and the 1% is just a thing that is good, which is not supposed to be so. And you start going around telling people this is not supposed to be like this, it's not supposed to be like that. I think a better manner or mood should be carried out for that kind of situation. That's what I'm looking at. Manner and the mood depends on the judgment. As you rightly said, you have to know, you have to believe, and you have to have facts that makes you to judge a particular person. For me, I don't really look at it as judging. I use the word as criticizing. Criticism is always welcomed. If you criticize, it will help you grow better. And if you criticize in the right manner, not making it look like it is a troublesome manner. If you criticize a person, maybe the person does the work, maybe this table is supposed to be straight and is a little bit slant. It is right for you to meet the person who has done the decoration and tell him that in person or in private, tell him that if you had done it this way, it would have been better. It would have been better. Analyzing one or two. Not like coming in and just walking into this place and saying that, who did this thing? Why did you do it like this? Why did you understand? It's run down the person's charisma and run down the person. It's really, really be bad on the person. So it is not really bad for us to criticize. Let me not use the word judgmental. It is not really bad for us to criticize. Critics help us grow better, but the manner at which we use in criticizing, it is what we have to question.
I would also like to add to that before I get to you, Brother Oko. I also wanted to be on the know that sometimes the manner at which some judgment have been passed are actually the reason why some people have actually grown to the point they have. Because when you're being faced with challenges, that's when your eyes are open to some opportunities that you were blind to. When everything was moving on smoothly. Now, when somebody challenges you, did this thing wrongly. How can you? How dare you? I thought you are a graduate. You should have more knowledge than I have.
Respect
But you are
yourself.
actually the one doing it the wrong way. Be not deceived. When you get to the house, you have to go back to your drawing board.
Yeah.
You see where you went, where you went wrong, and you want to, you know, arrange everything
Yeah.
again and come out to look better. Because actually, in true sense, it is said that clock, even a clock without a battery, or a clock that is not, moving well, is twice in a day, correct? So even when somebody is busy criticizing you, if you look at it deeply, there is actually sense. They say there is sense in nonsense. Somebody comes to you and says it in a very bad way. I'm not saying it should always, be harsh on people who are
Yeah.
correcting. Yes, sometimes you can drive some people into depression that can, lead to them, taking their lives. In the Western world, I think that is what is reigning there. Most of them cannot actually handle depression. When you challenge them, like the way we Africans, take things so seriously, I feel like most of us cannot actually take it. It is okay for you to judge somebody. No, it is not okay. I'm so sorry. Like if you
No.
it's like
What
that
you're
is
trying
talked
to
about
criticizing is
constructive
yeah, it
criticism.
is
Yes,
right.
it is okay if you see something is not going on the way
Yeah,
it should.
it should.
He
You're
said
free.
that before you talk, test your words before you spit
Yeah,
out.
constructive.
Before you say it, you construct it. Think about it.
If
We are
it
still going
was
to
you,
that.
if it was you,
Exactly.
how would you feel if they're telling you that? That's why I say that you have to be in somebody's shoes for you to be able to correct a particular person. There are people, okay, let's use our elders for example. We always seek wisdom from our elders.
Yes.
At every point, they are judging you, but they are being skeptical. They are criticizing you with caution, knowing that you are a part of them. You can never go and meet a responsible, let me use the word, a responsible elder, and you're telling him that this is what and what you are facing, or this is what and what you need to do. Maybe you squandered money which you have acquired, and maybe you're left with maybe nothing. An elder, a matured elder, would never just tell you that or throw it at your face. He will tell you that there's still time. You can always bounce back. You can always do this. Give you one or two reasons. Even if you've gone astray, he will want to strike you with the strokes, but he will make it a little bit mild and still give you the reasons for you to push up. Do you understand? But we as the young ones, you will see, we will just be, we just take it at the person, telling that yes, you're squandered. But maybe he invested, he did not spend it lavishly. Maybe he or she invested, and out of a sudden, definitely when you invest, it's like it comes out positive, or it goes out negative. Maybe it comes out negative, and we will be like not knowing what he did with the money. According to Baruch, you have to have facts before you judge. Not knowing, just like maybe others are saying, yes, he has squandered the money on extravagant life, and you just go out judging and concluding at the same time. But I think that is not the best way. We should learn from our elders. Our elders are always there to correct us and to criticize us, but they normally use a mild cane to criticize, and at the tail end, you will see that there is sense in what the person is saying, as you rightly said.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, these are some signs that you can help indicate that you are a judgmental person. First, we have talked about, having trouble seeing other people's flaws. We also have people think being good or bad. Generally, think of people being good or bad. That's another thing. If you see good in somebody, why would you judge the person? Some of us sometimes, like, the entire thing we see about somebody is just the bad.
Yeah.
So in as much as you think of the person's flaws, you also have to take little time, think about the things the person did that were good. When the going was okay, let me put it that way. This person, there was a time this person appeared to be a perfect person before you. And after some time, the person starts misbehaving, and then you just generalize the one wrong. Now cancels the person's 99 lives. Yeah, that's another way for you to know that yes, you are being judged.
Okay, can I comment in that, please? Do you know the attributes somebody gives out? Like some people are just there that just have personal hatred for another person without any genuine reason. It is bad for you to harbor somebody's enemy. Let me use that word. So if you're harboring another person's enemy, there is nothing the person does that will be right. There is nothing. You'll always be seeing the bad side. You always be seeing the bad side, which is definitely not good. So I'm urging our audience out there, do not harbor somebody's enemy. Do not just inherit. That you're not next of kin, please.
Oh, no.
Don't just hate somebody for no reason. It is not good. It is not profitable, because tomorrow we're living in a very small world. No matter how big this world is, a very small world. You might need help from that person indirectly. It may not be you needing the help. It may be your child needing the help from the person's own child. You understand, this world that we are is so complicated, and history may carry that, I refuse to adhere to anything Oko is doing, and my descendant tomorrow wants to go and need help from Oko's descendant, and maybe he has told his children about the story, about the rivalry. How then do you think it will continue? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So we should not just hate people for no reason. No reason. That is what is going on. Maybe you just see that this guy is always dressing very neat, or he's always doing this. You just dislike the person for no reason, and you just start judging it. It's really wrong.
Okay, do you have anything to add to that?
Okay, this particular stuff, I actually have what to add to it. I also have a little story. Like, I've actually seen people do this in practice. Now, one of those reasons that I would think I've seen make people to hate people for no reason is lack of greeting, lack of talking. One day I called someone and I told, do you know this person? Yes, I know. When you see the person next time, greet the person. I said, why should I greet the person? I said, why shouldn't you greet the person? When you see this person, greet the person. Like, when that person doesn't want to answer, just call the person and greet the person. Now, I've seen two people that these people don't really know themselves. Like, they don't discuss, they don't even see eye to eye.
Yeah.
But just because, but they pass themselves most of the time, Now, every time they pass, they don't greet. Okay,
so
this
funny.
One is slightly older than the other.
Yeah.
Then the other that is slightly younger is more successful than the other. So the one slightly younger feels, I'm more successful than you. I even give money to some of your friends. So why should I come and be greeting you? You're the one that's supposed to be greeting me. So this other one that is slightly older is like, you are too small for me to be greeting you. You're the one that is supposed to be greeting me. And so most of the time they just come, look at themselves and pass. They are not enemies yet, but they just don't greet. But they just don't greet. So every time they pass, until it starts becoming annoying. You know, there are some times that you just know that this person is supposed to greet you, but the person, for some weird reason, just pass. Me, most of the time, if I see somebody like maybe a little child that I know, maybe you've helped that person or stuff. So, and you always greet like to like front of the person. Now the person one day just see you and put his or her face like this and
Be so serious.
and become very serious.
Perform activities.
and become very serious and do like this and pass. Most of the time I'm like, okay, maybe like they have something going on in their mind, or they are disturbed, or they are so either I will call you and be like, are you okay? How's everything? I will just keep quiet and let you pass. But then this of course a lot of enmity that I've seen, and as it proceeds, these two people start passing and start getting angry at themselves just because they are both not greeting, and they don't know why both of them are not greeting until at their spare time somebody like, I don't like that girl. Why?
No
like
reason.
you've never discussed with this person, and these people are very nice people. Like this one is a nice person, this one is a nice person. But just because they don't greet themselves, or now you don't even know this person, why don't you like the person? So I don't know. I just
hate him.
For
no reason.
Why don't you like this person? And I've seen most of the time it's because of lack of communication. So please, wherever you are, if you have a co-worker somewhere, you have a sibling, you have a neighbor, when you wake up, try and greet your neighbor and pass. Whether they like you or not, just greet them and pass. It also happens in compound.
Yeah.
You wake up and your neighbor, both of you don't greet. It's not because you guys have issues, but just because you don't greet, it will turn to problem one day. Like, you just... I'm serious, honestly, I'm serious. it's not as if you guys have fought or have any genuine reason to be angry at yourself. But just because you wake up and you wait for a person to greet, person doesn't greet.
Who is going to greet?
Yeah, person doesn't
going
greet,
to build the
and
cat?
then you look and you too don't greet. The person is expecting you, and this person is your neighbor. You are surely going to see this person tomorrow again. So you wake up tomorrow because the person didn't greet yesterday, so you just move about with your life.
Okay, let me
That's
bring
how
in a
it should
point
be.
situation. And what I'm about to say now is going to be very funny. And we don't greet, and in the morning we dress up on a Sunday and we go to church. Where are we going to?
It is always very, very important to greet seriously because maybe you might not need the person today, but tomorrow the person would help you.
Yeah.
The person would remember that for no reason you were of the habit of, had this habit of always saying hello, hello.
Yeah.
And the person would be like, I know this girl, she's always greeting. It has happened several.
A lot of times.
You don't have to, give money or, spend that fortune on some things, just by greeting. You get some things.
Yeah, you get favors.
Yeah.
So please,
So,
if you are staying in a compound or you're always bypassing a certain person,
Please say
you
hello.
don't- Say hello.
Even
Not-
to
A
me,
co-worker,
say hello.
if you are
After
at
saying
work,
hello, check your money to still be there. Check your clothing to you'll still be wearing. Even your expensive wristwatch will still be there. A strand of hair, your hair will not, get missing. It means nothing has, it has not gotten collected anything from you.
Yes.
Just
so you don't hate them for no
exactly.
reason.
Don't
For no
hate.
reason.
Just say hello and go your way. Tomorrow it might be of help, or the person might be. It's a very small world. I'm telling you, if you don't experience this, you will not know why people like saying the world is a very small place.
Yeah.
True.
Okay,
So
moving
sorry,
ahead.
finally my 2 cents like you asked. I just wanted to reply to what you were
Yes.
saying.
Alright.
Honestly, we've really tackled this to a level, and what I've learned from today is what I want to say.
Alright.
Like what I've gathered in everything that we've said. Like Bro Eric have said, like you have said, it is not right for you to judge, honestly. And I have come to understand a very clear difference between judgment and correction.
And criticizing.
And criticizing. No, I don't want to use criticism now. I want to
Okay.
use correction. Because criticizing most of the time could even be, sometimes might not even be a form of judgment. You can criticize and you don't judge. There are some criticism that, this thing, you're trying, but this, but that, but it's not as if you're judging. It's not as if you're even correcting. You are just suggesting that it could be fine if it was this way. And the person might even tell you, no, I've tried it that way and it didn't work. So criticism most of the time may not even result to judgment.
Alright.
Most of the, if it's constructive, just like you said.
Yeah.
Or if you just go ahead and tell somebody,
It must not be like this.
it must not be like this. Like so, then what I've come to understand is, if you look at the judge in the law court,
Yeah.
they never pet you. Like if they want to tell you that you're wrong, they never tell you. They don't tell you, please, I saw that you. They're not constructive.
Having gone through all the case files, you are guilty.
I hereby sentence you to 200 years imprisonment. So that's how judgment is being passed. So try as much as possible not to be like that. So even if someone have done something wrong, don't say I hereby haven't gone through all. I hereby do, because that's what most people do, and that's what I've now certified to be judgment. Like, don't ever in your life pass a life sentence. Don't ever in your life pass a flat statement that yes, it has to be like that and nothing more. Be constructive, just like Sister Gladys said. That's why I said in everything that I've gathered, try to pet, even if you know that person is wrong. There are some people that they know you are wrong, but they're just so nice that they cannot even like start shouting at you. They'll be like, I saw what you did yesterday. It was good though, but so yeah, you should try to be like that. I think that's correction.
But we don't have those set of people. Like if you want to say
they are rare.
on a scale of 100, on a scale of 100, I just 10, and I'm part of them.
You know, you're going head to head with
No,
Sister Ruth.
that is it. According to peace,
You said that you cannot be so far from your personality.
Yes, according to peace will say it's a peaceful war.
No, it's okay for us to disagree on this setting.
Yeah.
Here is we disagree to agree in the end.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have spoken well. Actually, some people are very, very judgmental because
Yeah.
sometimes they become so judgmental not because of what you did to them, but what they heard about you.
Yes.
Yes. So they just quickly pass judgment on your personality. Most of them have not actually,
Been within a close
experienced
space,
you.
yes.
Know
Yes.
you. So,
Yeah, they have not experienced you. They don't know what it feels like to sit with you for 5 minutes, alone know you for 24 hours. They just go ahead and pass judgment.
Judgment.
It's very, very wrong.
Okay,
Some
Sister, please,
people
I
go
want to
ahead.
ask you this question. I have to be direct now. I'm not being
I thought
judgmental.
you say you're part of those nice people.
No, I am.
You're
part-
being direct.
no,
Those
I'm-
people are never
No,
direct.
I am peaceful. This is a peaceful conversation.
Yeah.
Have you ever witnessed any situation whereby maybe you were mistaking somebody, like you believe that he's always like this or she's always like this, and you try as much as possible not to avoid the person, then on a particular instance, you get to meet person and be like, I never knew you were like this, that you were different from what they say. Have you gotten that kind of experience?
Yeah, it happens.
Different from
It
what I
happens.
thought.
Yeah, it happens. It has happened severally. I for one, I don't. When you come to me saying this person is like this, be careful. Yes, I have heard it. Yes, I'm meant to hear. I have heard you, but you will not tell me how to, approach these persons. I feel like maybe it's a manner of approach. The way you approach them, gives room for them to, also reciprocate the same way you came to them. So if I go to them peacefully, I don't see any reason why they should come to me with war or something.
Yeah.
It actually happened. There was a particular sister everybody thought, she's always, very, very hot-headed, traditionally we call them skoy. Yeah, they have some skoy in their head. I haven't met this sister. I realized that she's one of the nicest person, but I didn't come to her to tell her,
This is what
I
I've heard.
yes, I cannot, that would be you. I don't know her too well. Maybe she would think about it for 1 month or 2 months, So it's none of her, it's not, I feel like I should not tell her, oh, people actually said you were like this. But for some months now, I've seen her to be one of the nicest. The only problem I know she has, and she has a little temper. She cannot actually manage it. But if you know how to approach it, you will never see that part of her. So yeah, it happens.
All right.
Before you came in, before you said that,
Yeah.
I was talking about people being judgmental because of what they heard about people, and somebody being close to you and have seen your flaws and knows that these flaws is not like these are the things you do on a regular basis.
That's
And
another
then,
one.
yes, and
That's
then
another one.
passes a judgment. This is who you are.
That's
Yeah,
another
I've
one.
always known you to be like
That's
this.
another
You
one.
will never change. Even that is why this person said you are like this.
Yeah.
That is very, very wrong. Some people cannot actually manage that. Imagine somebody going through depression and you are not even aware because the person has not come out to tell you, and then you are there pumping judgment. What do you think will become of this person? Do you want the person to go and commit suicide? Like, that is why it's not good for you to pass judgment. I have seen cases like that. You don't know what the person is going through, and then you come to the person and then the person fainted because already the person was battling with depression, and because she has not, they say problem solved is
A problem shared is a problem solved.
problem shared is halved.
Half
And
solved,
that
yeah.
is half solved, yes. Whereas this person is not able to, maybe doesn't really have people around him or her to, share at least so that it will go down. You forget a bit about it. The person is still there with the truckload of the depression, and then you come to the person. I heard you did I heard you did already. Like the person is, maybe the person temperature is already, blood pressure is already increasing because the person still has everything there. He or she has not said it to even one person, and then you come to the person. You did this, you did that. What you did is very, very wrong. It's very, very wrong. Even God, if God hears of it, will be very, very angry. When you do all this, the person will, if the person does not faint, he will slump.
True.
So please let us be nice to people.
Yeah.
It's not every time. I know even after this, a lot of us will still be judgmental. You still go to
Normally.
people and try to correct them, tell them this is wrong. But if you must do it, please try and look for better ways to say it. Try and look for a way. Before you say it, think about it. if this person, if I were to be in this person's shoes,
Well,
and then
I
the person
like-
comes to me to say this to me, will I like it? How will it, make me feel? And then when you know how it will make you feel, then try to readjust it to suit. If it suits you, then it will also suit the other person. At this point, we'll be going on a break to come
Please,
back.
before you go on a short break, I know I'll forget. I just want to highlight a little thing on what you said.
Alright.
It's about the force, police force in UK. I have this brother that was arrested in UK, and he was just narrating to me how he was arrested. So he got a location of one of our friends. So he went there to look for the sister, and the person was not around. So because he is black, the neighbors called the cops on him.
They look like a suspect.
So he went back home, and then the police showed up. So he was just telling me how they got him arrested. So what they did was, hello, sorry, is your name so. He said, yes, that's my name. Oh, okay. Please, can we come in? You are the right person we're looking for. Say, okay, come in. And please, we want to take you to the station. Please, can you wear your clothes? Because there's been a complaint about you. They were now like just a lot of, and according to him, there was like 2 police trucks. They were like almost 12 of them.
Wow.
So that's to show you that it was serious. But then, can hear the tone, the approach.
Yeah.
So he said, okay. He now went inside. So he said, okay, do you want to wear your clothes, or you want to come that way? So no, I would like to wear his clothes. Okay, you can go and wear your clothes. So he went inside, put on his clothes and all. So he came out, and they wanted to handcuff him, and then I was like, please, we would like to handcuff you because the complaint says that you are a criminal and criminal suspect. So to be on the safe side, we want to handcuff you, if you don't mind. Okay. So I don't know, and this is something that I can hardly imagine, because looking at how people have been arrested here in my country, no matter what you do, even if it was you did it well, like let's say the least, I don't know, you committed the least crime in this country, the way you'll be arrested, in fact,
you will be battered.
It happens.
So what am I trying to say? Just like Sister Ruth said, you may not know what the person is going through. Yeah, the person might be going through a high level of depression. So if someone was going through a high level of depression and then the cops enter and started shouting, that person might just fall down and die.
And where's your victim?
And now at this point, the person has not done anything, because they finally found out that he didn't do anything. He has his passport, he has everything complete. He just went there to look for someone from the address he got, and the person was no more there, so he got arrested. Then imagine if there was so much he has seen, like so much trouble that has gone through his life, and then finally police just came and started beating him and then took him into, you might just fall down and die, like what kind of a life is this? So please, as you're approaching whatever force you are, whatever profession you are, whatever you're doing, whenever you're approaching someone, or whenever you're trying to correct someone, you are not a judge. Don't just agree that this person is what they say or what you think that they are. Most of the time, life is not the way we think they are. That's why when we grow up, like we are seated here, we might watch ourselves in 50 years time and be like, dumb. Why were you so dumb? You wouldn't have said it that way. And I'm genuinely saying the truth. Currently now we were thinking we're like very smart. We're saying like this is the best thing that we could say at this point. But then in 20 years time, this may not be very smart to our hearing. We may understand life a lot more differently. So please, because you know life and you understand that this person is a thief, don't just agree and start badging anybody. Always go peaceful like Brother Eric. Brother Eric is one of those nice people. Always be peaceful in your correction. Try to be constructive when you're criticizing. So that's just a little I wanted to share. Alright, so having said that, we're about to go on a short break, so we will do that now. So stay tuned, we'll be right back.
there is life, in him there is hope. He said friendship with the world is enmity with him. It is full of pain, failure and regret. But in Olumba you have a true friend. Friend will no go fail you. Friend will go stand by you in thick and thin. Brother, you want to live large. You want to live big. You want to live great, but you don't want the Father involved. He says, seek ye first my kingdom. Everything will be added unto you. Everything will be given unto you. Take the world away with its pain. Take the world, I only need you. You are everything, all I need, all I want, all I need. In you there is life, in you there is hope. Take the world, Lord, take the world.
Just give me all
I only need you. Me, I have seen my joy. And nothing is making me go back. No, 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 no. I go nowhere. I go nowhere. Me, I dey here. Now you and me, Papa, for eternity. Me, I say I go nowhere. Cause I've seen my joy. When I was in the world, I was filled with regret. Oh, I have seen my joy. I have seen my peace. In Olumba is everything I want. Take the world, oh, take it away. Take the pleasure, take it away. Anything we go give me palava, take it away. In you there is life, in you there is hope. Take the world and give me Olumba. Take the world, just give me Olumba. He's everything I need. In him there is life, in him there is hope.
Please come for appreciation. I appreciate this beautiful performance. Take the world and give me Olumba. Thank you so much. The weddings of the song is so touching. Father, bless you, Sister Pat Yambi, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. As we still wait for the final approval for the cutting of the cake, we still in the line of entertainment, 2 minutes. We call on through Christ's weakness, peace.